It's Madden NFL 24, and we've got C.J. Stroud.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback.
In only 2 seasons, Stroud showed all he needed to at Ohio State. All-American, Heisman finalist, program records galore. He looked every bit like the #1 overall pick. He went #2, but Houston is thrilled to have him.
Stroud looks to throw on the first play. Got his man, Dell. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. Here's Stroud. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra, next man up, since their Friday night light games in high school. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Stroud is hit and the ball is loose. And the Jags grab it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive.
Making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
ETN up the middle, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 22 carries, 102 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
First down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And that will be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
The kick by Gold is good, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10.
Play action. Stroud now. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods.
And past the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Pierce now up the middle.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, the numbers for Pierce last week.
20 carries, 119 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
You look at this Jaguar defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot. One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Ready.
Going for it with Pierce. An excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. That's complete to Dell.
He will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And Stroud now to throw. Touchdown! Nico Collins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Lawrence's throw taken in by Ridley here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Will Anderson
in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Logan Cook to punt for Jacksonville.
Back deep is Tank Dell.
It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not know much of physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Stroud looking to throw.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And past the 30 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground.
Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check the Eagles! Check the Eagles! Let's go!
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Stroud to throw it.
That's complete. It's Collins. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. That's underneath to Pierce.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And the follows blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
How about them biting out 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
So after the 4th down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25. And they'll go right back to Pierce.
And able to work his way down to 16.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On the bootleg, Stroud.
Flushed out right. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm. But he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
And now out come the Jags. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Now this throw caught left side. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 73 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. But he will not be able to bring this one back in the extra point. Successful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. They'll run it here with Pierce.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now Stroud. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Stroud on third down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and fourth down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on fourth down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
They'll send Kirk in motion right. They'll look to ETN to start things out.
And he's he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Hey, run!
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Lawrence will throw.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. First down now, but that clock rolling.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN.
And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
That is caught. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
6 yards. And the Jaguar first down.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Now Lawrence.
This one caught by Ridley. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Touchdown Jaguars! Calvin Ridley. A fit. Touchdown ground.
And the Jaguars will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
This time the extra point up and good. And the lead is now 2. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Damian Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this game.
He's got him in. Complete. Now the Texans have burned the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Stroud. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
2nd and 10, here's Stroud.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Here's Stroud.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Great way to... Down there, 21 yards to play. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep.
Fighting him off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he stopped immediately there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
That result, really no surprise. That's what we're becoming accustomed to with this #1 ranked rush defense.
And you study the game. Does this bring back a few memories? Maybe the 85 Bears trying to move the ball against them, 2000 Ravens. Heck, how about the late 60s, early 70s Purple People Eaters, the Minnesota Vikings. Hard to move the ball against those types of teams.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Here comes Dell on the return. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half.
They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a three-possession game. So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fist fights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fist fights.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd down and 4. Give to Pierce.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
89 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I like what they tried to do there, tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Finds his tight end Ingram. He's across midfield. Look at the big fella go.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run. Back now in Houston. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
They're going to try and run. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the two-point attempt is turned aside.
Here's Tank down to return it from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Stroud. Got his man, Dell.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 99 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stroud off the play fake.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud. That's complete to Dell.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback. But here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
And that is incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
They'll run here with Pierce.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Dameon Pierce
with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Pulled in at the 24. And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
So Stroud and the Texans
Down by 6. 2:21 the time left. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Collins.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
60 Maverick.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here's 2nd down and 3. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars 19.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Here's Stroud.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where your quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Here it is, 4th and inches.
They'll try and run for it. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. And you kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done. Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock. and let your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
This is caught. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Third down and goal coming up here.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. Ready.
They'll run for it with Pierce.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20. Left to go.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
Bronco 80. Unlock line. Unlock.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. They got the dramatic score to tie the game here late fourth quarter. Now all eyes resting on the foot of one man.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Your brother called me before the game. That's his guy in fantasy. He needs this one badly.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play.
Throwing now, Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle.